Alrighty, folks, we're trying this again. So, welcome to the Soul of the Unexplained. I am your host, Jim Kelgard, and today we're getting ready to kick off a special edition of the Soul of the Unexplained, where every year we have this great tradition where Roger and I talk about the one event that our calendar year revolves around. And no, that's not the release of a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie, being the big comic book geeks that we are, but rather PhenomeCon 2025 and this great thing that we have here in the state of Utah called PhenomeCon. And it has become one of the greatest conferences of its sort, and certainly my favorite conference that I've ever attended. And coming up on its fifth year to kick off 2025. And so joining me today, we have a cast of all stars here. And we're going to go around the room here just real quickly and, of course, introduce my co host and my brother from another mother, Mr. Roger Stokes, is joining us here today. Say hello, Roger.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Soul of the Unexplained. We are super excited to talk to you about PhenomeCon 2025, as Jim stated. And we do have an all-star lineup. And I just want to say a preemptive thank you to Bridget from PhenomeCon. She has been so wonderful in the past to jump in and join us on these podcasts. And I tell you, she's a great event planner, and I can't wait for her and her team. To say hi in person again. And again, welcome. And so excited to have you here.
Right on. And of course, my favorite Denver Broncos fan and the greatest bass player to ever grace the stage of PhenomeCon, Mr. John Nyberger. John, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, sir?
Doing awesome. Good to see you. And of course, returning again to the Soul of the Unexplained, another John, Mr. John Stratton. And John, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. Now that I'm here, I'm just happy to be amongst friends and family.
Right on. So happy to see you. And of course, our guest of honor, we have somebody who Roger just mentioned a few moments ago. We have, speaking of legends, we have Bridget Lake, one of the organizers and people that makes PhenomeCon happen. And so, folks, please join me in welcoming Bridget Lake to the Soul of the Unexplained. Bridget, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hey, I'm so glad to be here with you guys. It's always great to talk PhenomeCon and see familiar faces. It's something that we all look forward to every year. So it's great.
Absolutely. So, Bridget, we're heading into year number 5 for PhenomeCon this year. And it literally seems like yesterday when Roger and I were attending that first PhenomeCon, having no idea what to expect. And as I said at the beginning, it's honestly become it's what our calendar year revolves around. It's such a big event that we can't imagine missing it because it's almost like we all obviously we have a connection with the Skinwalker Ranch Insider community, but even beyond that, it's almost like a homecoming of sorts every time that Roger and I come to PhenomeCon and come to Vernal. And Vernal is just such a wonderful place to come and visit and to spend the time there. So I wonder if to start off here, just kind of tell us, how PhenomeCon has grown from 2020 here to 2025, and it's just getting bigger every time. When I think it couldn't possibly get more enjoyable or more fun, you guys go ahead and do it.
Right. I mean, it really has grown a lot since that first year. Every year, I feel like we're evolving and we're learning something. Um, this year, you're going to find that we have more add on activities, we have more speakers, a lot of names that you're going to recognize. And then we have the Hitchhiker Band coming on Saturday. That's always going to be great.
Yeah.
And some familiar, like favorite things. And then we have some new things that are going to be happening. Like on Saturday, we're going to have more fan engagement stuff planned. So it's going to be really good.
That's awesome. So tell us, for the folks that have never been to Vernal and don't quite know what to expect, what are some of the things that you can tell them that are things that really make the experience of coming to PhenomeCon, just how big of a role Vernal and Uintah County plays in that overall enjoyment and scope and grandeur of the PhenomeCon experience.
Like, why Vernal? Why not have this event somewhere else? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, like why not Salt Lake or
Right. I mean, Vernal has been on the map of paranormal, like hotspots for decades, right? For over 100 years, it's made headlines with UFO sightings and cattle mutilations. And um, as many of you know, we have two network TV shows being filmed here. We have The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch, that's only 20 minutes away, one direction, and then 20 minutes another direction, we have The Mystery of Blind Frog Ranch being filmed. So two network shows capitalizing on all the strangeness that's in the basin here. And it's a perfect setting for people who want to explore the unknown and have, you know, beliefs in this stuff, that they can come here. So it's great. It's a great atmosphere. Our conference is different because you'll see speakers, you get to talk to speakers, and then we offer a lot of like complimentary things with it. We have a photo booth session. We have a snack bar on Friday and Saturday. We have an opening social and a film screening, and then the closing reception. We have a lot of free stuff that's included with the conference. And we just want people to come and have a good time.
And that's one of the things that I love about PhenomeCon, because the opportunity that we have, like as you said just a moment ago, the opening reception is always a lot of fun. It's a great place to just meet people for the first time and have this laid back setting with some great snacks and stuff that you guys put out, and then that closing reception as well. And it's just it's that's where I've had the opportunity to meet a lot of people who have become very close friends since the first year that Roger and I attended PhenomeCon. So Roger, let's have you kick off a little bit here and talk about some of the things that are new and exciting for PhenomeCon this year that you've noticed, and Bridget can give us a little more details on some of that stuff.
So I think one of the biggest things that I've noticed this year is just how many speakers that you've been able to bring in over a wide variety of different topics. And I think that's what originally made PhenomeCon special, and still does to this day, is that as this grows, we continue to get more and more people. So we have people that talk about, whether it's paranormal, you got Bigfoot, cryptids, you've got UFOs, UAPs, strange occurrences, ghost hunting, all those types of things, right? And we have people that have been here that are experts in the field that are coming back year after year, which is great, because you get to know their faces, you talk to them, they remember you. But as this thing grows and it's just more exciting, because we also have some brand new names this year that make me really, really excited. So for example, who would think that you would have the son of Ozzy Osbourne, Jack Osbourne, this year, right? Like, that is so cool. Jack and his family have been into the paranormal, and it's just so fun to watch. But actually having him come out, right, and being able to listen to him speak in person. And again, there's a wide variety, and we'll go over the speakers here in a little bit, but I think that's one of the biggest things that I love about PhenomeCon. Is that we just continue to see old faces, feels like friends and family going back to, and we have questions and things that they can follow up on, but also new people, right? New experiences that we can listen to, understand, share our experiences, and really gain more insight into those things that I feel are important. So I know what Jimm thinks is Jimm may be more loving the UAP topic. I'm into the paranormal ghost stories and things like that, right? So there are different things, but there's something for everybody. That's what makes this so special. I do have to say that having been in customer service and managing customer service teams and a lot of different things over the course of my career, I want to call out and just say, PhenomeCon, their staff is so great. Bridget, when her and her staff are on site, if there's any issues, problems, they take care of it. They're so wonderful to be around. And I know this is the first year I didn't have to call up Bridget and say, hey, I can't get my credit card to go through. I want to sign up for an event. But that just shows, again, in the past that Bridget and her staff have been so wonderful in helping resolve issues. And I think another thing that makes this special is the town of Vernal. So Vernal's a smaller town, kind of out here in rural Utah. And so when something like this happens, you get so many tourists that come out. And every year that I'm out there, the people that live there and make livelihoods are so accommodating and so nice. And it's really fun to talk to them outside of PhenomeCon, whether you have to run to the store, go fill up your car or whatnot. The people are like, "Oh, are you in town for PhenomeCon?" And they'll like, "Oh, let me tell you the story about I saw this UFO or UAP the other day or a couple years ago." And it's just so fun because you get to meet so many new people. So I'm gonna stop there because I could just keep on talking for another 2 hours about how amazing it is. But that's my main thing is just the amount of speakers and access you have to people that are experts in their field and that you have the ability to talk and engage with them.
I love that, Roger. It really is fun to hear that feedback. We do try to provide different topics so that you can kind of pick and choose what kind of interest that you're in, and so that you're sitting in something that's going to be more relevant to what you're wanting to learn from. And these are experts. They're people that have been around. They've done research. They're in different series and films. And I think we're going to learn a lot from them this year. It's going to be really exciting. And as far as our community, yeah, it is a smaller town, but we love showing off our area. And the people here are so friendly. So when you run into somebody at the restaurant or in the grocery store, wherever you are, they're going to be friendly. They're going to love that you're here. And they probably will tell you some insider stuff that you won't hear elsewhere because we're local and we have stories, right?
Absolutely. And Roger, you did say that, for me, the thing that keeps me coming back to PhenomeCon is the UAP topic. Not entirely true. It's the tacos from that taco truck, man. I mean, let's be honest. Anybody that knows me knows that tacos are like, synonymous with Jim Kelgard. So, but
It's true.
yeah,
We do go for the tacos for sure.
One of the other great things about PhenomeCon is that pretty much from day one, clear through to the last day of the conference, they have these amazing food trucks that also come that you can sample some of the great cuisine and stuff that they have there in Vernal. And we're talking some fantastic tacos as well. So, folks, if you get to PhenomeCon, you gotta hit that taco truck because it is so good. And John, we were talking earlier about there's a corn dog truck that comes up there sometimes as well that you've piqued my curiosity on that I want to. I'm gonna have to try that this.
There is a corn dog truck, and you don't have to have it with a hot dog in the middle.
Oh.
So you can get it, and it's just like the cheese in the middle.
Ooh.
Mozzarella cheese stick. I mean, like giant. It's so good. That's the way to have a corn dog.
Nice.
I'm gonna have to try that
Jim,
one.
we will cheat on our diet.
Yes. My diet is going out the window for the days that I'm going to be in Vernal for PhenomeCon. That's for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, Bridget, let's just real briefly talk about some of the speakers that we're going to have this year at PhenomeCon. Some of the big names, obviously, we've got a lot of them returning, and because it is literally in the backyard of Skinwalker Ranch, we are going to have the Skinwalker Ranch team are all going to be there. There's going to be a great panel discussion that they're going to do on Saturday morning, the last day of the conference. And also, you're going to have an opportunity to hear Eric Bard give a presentation, as well as Caleb Bench of the Skinwalker Ranch security team. But then there's also going to be, for instance, we have New York Times best-selling author Whitley Strieber is coming to the PhenomeCon conference for the first time ever. The famed author of the book Communion will be there. And not only is George Knapp coming back, but he's also bringing along his coast-to-coast AM buddy, George Norrie. And that'll be a first time for PhenomeCon to have George Norrie there as well. And then, of course, we've got the Expedition Bigfoot team are coming back. And we have, as Roger said, Jack Osborne. Those of us that are Ozzy fans cannot wait to see Jack and to see his presentation. And Nick Pope and all the guys from Ancient Aliens, including forgive me, I know I'm going to butcher his name, but the guy with the hair, Giorgio, whatever. He's got,
Giorgio, he just
yeah,
had, yeah,
yeah,
he's
yeah,
great.
yeah, the hair guy. So we're going to get all the Ancient Aliens team. Nick Pope, William Henry, and Giorgio are all going to be there. So you
And Travis
guys
Taylor with them.
and Travis Taylor. We cannot forget about our buddy Travis. So Bridget, just massive, massive kudos to you and your team for being able to draw in this talent. I can't think of many other big names, and of course, we would be remiss if we didn't mention the other John Stratton. Jay Stratton will also be returning as well, and will be giving a presentation, which I'm sure is going to be every bit as amazing as last year's presentation that Jay gave at PhenomeCon. Jay doesn't talk very often in public, so the opportunity to have him talk to us at PhenomeCon is, for me, is one of the highlights. And so yeah, Bridget, you guys, wow, talk about all-star lineup. This is the best lineup for PhenomeCon ever.
Yeah,
Jim,
it's
if I
going to
can.
be so good.
Oh,
I
I'm
mean,
sorry.
every year we say that, and every year it's great and fantastic. And we're really excited about this year's lineup. So many wonderful speakers that we have. And we wish we could keep all of the speakers from previous years and just add a few new ones, but we have limited space.
Mhm.
But we're always trying to like add new flavors, new speakers.
See, once we started talking about tacos and corn dogs, it's all about flavors now.
Yes, but we have a really great lineup. We have, ghost hunters, and we have paranormal investigators and ancient aliens and the Skinwalker Ranch team. So it's going to be great. I do need to put in a little warning though. We only have about 50 tickets left. So if you're like on the fence, should I or should I not go? Like,
Do it, do it.
Registered soon, because we're anticipating that being closed in the next couple of days, just because it'll sell out.
I guarantee it's going to sell out. So, folks, today is August 10th. So, guaranteed these tickets are going to sell out fast. And yeah, it's you don't want to find yourself in the position of where you want to attend this conference. Hemming and hawing, do I not, do I? Yeah, you want to go, trust me. So get those tickets while you
one
can.
thing really quick.
Absolutely.
Awesome, thank you. So Bridget mentions that there's about 50 tickets left. Right, we're 3 weeks away from PhenomeCon. I would, and this is I think can echo the sentiment of everybody here. Go to bookmark phenomecon.net and get your tickets early, because it does not disappoint. So typically, I know it's varied a little bit, Bridget, in years past, but typically in the spring sometime, March, April, Mayish, where you open up the tickets and you can buy VIP tickets until they sell out, just the regular tickets, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day passes. And so if you're on the fence, I would say get ahead of it for next year. Always go back to the site, check it. I usually check it weekly, if not daily, to see what new things are coming up. And as Jim and I found out, it's so worth it. And I really want to call out, if you can get your tickets early, you don't have to stress or worry about not getting in.
Great.
That's all I want to say.
Yeah, definitely. Don't delay, folks, because yeah, no amount of sounding like a broken record is going to change the fact that this is, if there's one conference that's worth attending within any given year, it's PhenomeCon. It really is a massive bang for your buck as far as what you get. And we haven't even started talking about the add-on activities and other things that are there. But as Bridget was talking about a moment ago, there's so many activities that are just automatically included with the cost of whatever pass or package that you get. We already talked about the opening celebration that happens on the first night of PhenomeCon. There's also the closing ceremony and reception, and just all the great vendors that we have there at PhenomeCon, that literally everything from arts and crafts people that sell their wares to great artists and sculptors that sell some of their paintings and things like that. So there's all kinds of cool stuff that is included automatically with your PhenomeCon pass, including, and I cannot emphasize this enough because Roger and I have been to a lot of other fan type of conventions. And usually, if you want to get a picture taken with one of the presenters or celebrities, if you will, you're going to pay. And you're not just going to pay, you're going to pay through the nose to have an opportunity to get a photo taken with some of these people. And one of the greatest things that really sets PhenomeCon apart from all that competition is the fact, as Bridget mentioned, we have a photo booth where you can go and get your photo taken with pretty much all of the great speakers that are going to be coming in. And there's a schedule that'll be out there that'll tell you what time to go and stand in line to get your picture taken with them. But that is another thing that I don't think we can, that can't be understated, the importance of how nice that is to be able to have that opportunity to get your photo taken. And the other cool thing is that these artists also, they will have booths. I call them artists, but these speakers and presenters, a lot of them will have their own booth, whether it's an author like Whitley Strieber or some of the others. They'll have a booth where you can also go, and if they have a book, you can most often get them to sign your book and buy a copy of their new book and get them to sign that right there in front of you, as well as additional photo ops there. So again, Bridget, it's the access that your conference provides that is just unmatched and unparalleled, in my opinion.
Right. And a lot of them will stay for like the closing reception or the opening reception. So you can have, you can share a drink with them, get a quick picture. I mean, it's just fun to be in the same building as a lot of these speakers and to be able to tell your friends that you saw them or you were able to ask them a question. We have a great lineup. I mean, check out phenomecon.net, look at the speakers that we have. You're going to get excited when you see who all we have coming. It's going to be great. Other like free things that come with your registration. So we have the opening reception on Wednesday. There'll be appetizers and drinks and a cash bar there. And then also at the same time in the same building is the screening of the Alien Perspective. And the director, Dean Alto, he will be there. He'll be doing a Q&A with it. And so that's going to be a really fun opportunity to watch the movie with him and have the opportunity to ask him some further questions. And then we have the closing reception that's on Saturday from 7:30 to 9 o'clock. We'll have a costume dance party, appetizers, drinks, cash bar. And then 9 o'clock, the Hitchhiker Band comes on and they play, and it's going to be fantastic. And then, like you said, we have the photo booths that are throughout the week that you can go. They'll be in your program. You'll be able to see what day you can go and get your picture with the team from Skinwalker Ranch or with Jay Stratton. And you can go back there and get your complimentary picture. You'll be taking that picture with your own camera, so you don't have to worry about like buying the proof later or whatever. Right. And you can go and get that put on social media and let everyone know that you were here at PhenomeCon.
Absolutely. And so you can see, folks, there is a great deal of value in what you get when you purchase a pass for PhenomeCon. And trust me, folks, it is money very well spent. And, as I mentioned earlier, Roger and I, this is going to be our 5th year attending. And we were there at the very beginning, and when there was maybe a couple hundred, 400 or 500 people, perhaps at the very first PhenomeCon, and now here we are.
But I think you guys didn't even buy full passes, right? You guys
it was just 2 days, I believe, right, Roger? The first time?
Yeah, I think it was 1 or 2 days, and
yeah,
we were so
you guys came back and bought like, okay, actually, we're gonna stay the whole time.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we were so excited.
Yeah, because we didn't know what to expect, because we've seen, we've heard about a lot of these other conventions where you get a lot of people that are, kind of out there, and I'm kind of more of the, the reason why I love Skinwalker Ranch so much is that they're driven by the scientific data, and I like to try to keep my feet on the ground, as it were. And so, first year attending PhenomeCon, I thought it was going to be, the proverbial tinfoil hats and, take me to your leader kind of thing. And it was none of that. It was just exactly what Roger and I were, which was curious minded individuals, some of whom have had experiences like Roger, who is like a paranormal incident magnet. And, and so it was just that. It was just a great opportunity to listen to these speakers and subject matter experts talk about a wide-ranging series of topics, literally covering the whole gamut. And we fell in love with the conference that first year, and since that time, Roger and I have resolved every year we are getting those 4-day passes, and we come in a day early, and Roger and I we host a special private gathering for some of the Skinwalker Ranch insider community, and it's literally it's like that. It's almost like a homecoming coming back to Vernal every year, and for all the reasons that everybody's already mentioned. And it's just so much fun. And so I guess another question for people that maybe have never been to Vernal or have never been to Phenomenon, what are maybe some of the things that they should bear in mind? Maybe some good travel tips. Just anything that you think might be of value to people that might be coming in from out of state, of which I'm sure most of the the attendees are. What would be some good tips that you might be able to share with people that are coming to PhenomeCon and possibly Utah for the first time?
Yeah, I mean, I would do like you're doing, come a day early or 2 days early, and then even stay a couple days extra. Do the PhenomeCon conference, experience that, but then also stay and visit our town. We have Dinosaur National Monument that is located just about 20 minutes from Vernal, which is fabulous. It has a giant wall, like 2 stories high, of encased dinosaur bones. Nowhere else will you see such a large amount of dinosaur bones in one spot. Mm-hmm. Or go and see the petroglyphs at McConkey Ranch or McKee Springs, or go see our beautiful lakes. We have the Red Fleet State Park that was just remodeled and is so pretty. It's kind of like a miniature Lake Powell with canyons and stuff. My advice is, don't just like come for just a short time. If you can get away with it to come an extra day or two, you're not going to be disappointed. It's going to be, there's so much to see, so much history when you're here. We have when you're here, there's the bank on Main Street. It's the Zions Bank. It made national history. The way you guys get postage is based off of that bank right there. Do you guys know the story of that?
No,
not at all.
I haven't heard that.
No.
So when you're in town, you're gonna have to go read the plaque. But it was built in the early 1900s, and the contractor, the bank man, he did the math, and he determined it was cheaper at that point to ship the bricks through the U.S. Post instead of through a cargo shipment. And so about 80,000 bricks were sent through the post office from Salt Lake to Vernal. And so they would go down the railroad and then actually into Colorado, and then be loaded onto it's now a ghost town, but it's Dragon, Watson area, and then over from there onto a horse. And so there's pictures of pallets of bricks being set on Main Street that were sent from Salt Lake. And the postmaster in Salt Lake sends a telegram to Washington, D.C. that said, some SOB is trying to send a whole building through the mail. And so after that, the U.S. changed how they ship. So now it's by pound instead of by item. And so that's a fun little fact that bank played a historic part on how we all pay for postage now.
Amazing.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
Isn't that a fun story? But we have a lot of places to eat. So you're going to have good Mexican here. We have a couple of Thai places, Italian, and good hamburger places as well. So come hungry, come eat. The people here in Vernal are excited to have you.
Absolutely. I would say, folks, come hungry and then go and walk off whatever it is that you eat at some of the amazing trails that you can hike. For instance, Bridget mentioned McConkey Ranch. The petroglyphs there are absolutely breathtaking. Some of the nicest petroglyphs, amazing things that you'll see when it comes to the things like petroglyphs, and of course, you've got some world-class fishing very close to Vernal, up in Flaming Gorge. One of the greatest trout streams in the United States is just a short drive away from Vernal. So I can definitely echo that sentiment of come early, stay late, because not only is the charm of Vernal and its amazing residents going to draw you in and make you want to stay, but the natural beauty that is there surrounding Vernal in Uintah County, it's unlike any place on earth. And whether you're somebody that likes to hike or do mountain biking, there's a little bit of something for everybody. It is a literal outdoor paradise out there in the Vernal region. And yeah, I just can't say enough good things about it. And some truly amazing food. Some of the best restaurants in the state of Utah happen to be located in Vernal. And Bridget, you mentioned barbecue. I'm going to have to. That's the one thing I really haven't done in Vernal as far as cuisine goes. I'm going to have to scope out some of the barbecue joints that are there in Vernal. But I can definitely vouch for how good the Mexican food is, and of course, Vernal Brewing Company, which is where Roger and I host our annual Skinwalker Ranch Insider meetup. The food there is just amazing. So no shortage of good things.
One of our food trucks this year is a smoked meats truck.
Ooh.
So it's going to be really good. Your guys are going to like that one as too. It's something new.
Awesome.
Nice.
Well, Roger, put that one on the list.
It's on the list.
That sounds pretty good.
Right on. So let me ask you this, Bridget. Let's dispel some of the rumors about folks coming to Utah for the first time. And usually at the top of that list is, can I get a drink in Vernal?
Sure. We have soda all the time.
I knew you were going to say that. That's awesome.
Nice.
Yes. We will have a cash bar there. You can totally get a drink at PhenomeCon on Wednesday or Saturday. And then if you're wanting something during the evening, yes, our restaurants sell plenty of alcohol that you're welcome to get a drink. We have 3 bars that are fun to go to afterwards that you could go and get a drink and mingle with other people. It's going to be a great time.
Absolutely. So, folks, yeah, as long as you're 21 years of age and have a government issued photo ID, then ordering a drink in Utah is no different than anywhere else in the United States. If you want to get your liquor on, it's certainly there's no difficulty doing that in Vernal or anywhere else in Utah except for maybe Provo, right, Raj?
No comment.
No comments. Right on. So yeah, it's really kind of like again, I know I'm sounding like a broken record, but it's PhenomeCon is something that Roger and I we plan our year around, and we always do come in at least a day early. And one of the Roger, what would you say that one of your favorite things is? Maybe not pertaining to the conference itself, but what's one of your favorite things? And John Stratton, I'll ask you the same thing, because last year was your first experience coming into Vernal. So actually, John, let's start with you, Mr. Stratton. What was your first impression of Vernal, and what are maybe some things that surprised you pleasantly about this wonderful little best kept secret in the state of Utah?
Well, most personable place I think I've ever visited. Being from the Northeast, I'm not used to people being so nice. It's probably the weirdest thing that I can say is I'm not used to people being so nice. It's a super homey town. I felt so comfortable walking around there, driving around there, and I was just very happy to be there. I really enjoyed it. I can't sing the praises enough of Vernal. I can't wait to go back.
Right on. And Roger, how about you? What's one of the things that, if you were to narrow down one or two things that really does it for you, that in your mind makes coming to PhenomeCon outside of the conference itself makes it such an experience for you?
Well, number one, Vernal, at the elevation it's at, so it's higher. Um, there are areas that you can go that are certified dark sky, right? So you can actually see all the stars. You can see the Milky Way galaxy. So at night, it's just so beautiful. Vernal is such a wonderful area. And even if you're coming into Vernal and doing any of the hikes or whatnot, just the scenery is absolutely gorgeous with the mountains, the bluffs, the mesas out there. You can't go wrong. There's just so much outdoor activity to be had. I'll say the one thing that I never get enough of, and I always try to, at least every couple years, is get up to Dinosaur National Monument. The rangers there are really nice, and it just gives you a really good history of the area and some of the amazing discoveries that they found out there. So again, I born and raised here in Utah. My family would take family vacations when I was a kid and go up and see Flaming Gorge, do camping, fishing up there. We would see Dinosaur National Monument. So a lot of good memories. And if you guys haven't been there, bring a camera, make sure that you get out there and enjoy some of that stuff. Like Bridget and you guys have said, if you can get there and spend a couple extra days, it's well worth your time, and you'll create some really good memories that you will never forget.
Absolutely. Now, John, Mr. Nyberger, you actually have the luxury of having grown up fairly close to Vernal. So,
Mhm.
if another expert we have here, what's one of the things that you would say, maybe for some of the folks that are coming to PhenomeCon for their first time, outside of the conference, what are some of the things that you feel would provide people with an extra special experience of visiting Vernal and Uintah County?
I just echo what Bridget and Roger just said. Come early, leave late, bring a camera. There's so much to do around that area. I mean, you could spend a few weeks there if you're into hiking, fishing, camping, boating on a lake somewhere, whatever
Right.
it is you want to do. Go look at the, just the pictographs in that area, or over by Rangeley, or go see Dinosaur National Monument, which is just a few minutes away. There's so much to do. Yeah, just bring a camera and enjoy the time, and outside of the conference, yeah, just to enjoy the city. I mean, I've probably been there a
Mhm.
thousand times in my life, so that is one of the nice things about this being in Vernal, is it kind of does feel like home, because I'm literally from an hour away. So that does kind of make it kind of nice for me.
Right on. So let's kind of change gears here now, and Bridget, let's just briefly talk about some of the add-on activities. Now, there's a wide variety of activities that you can pay extra for these different events. Some really cool things like having a VIP dinner or breakfast with people like Jay Stratton, uh, Travis Taylor, George Knapp, all the great celebrities that come. And Roger and I have taken advantage of a number of these on several of the times that we've been to PhenomeCon, and but there's also some other cool stuff like ghost hunting opportunities, right? And we just talked about some of the great outdoor activities. There's even a stargazing at Steinecker, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So, Bridget, if you could just kind of talk to us briefly about what some of these great add-on activities are, and at this stage, kind of this late in the game, is there any add-on activities that ads of this time are still available for people to take advantage of?
Yeah, that's great. So a lot of you, if you're like a subscriber on to PhenomeCon, you will receive, sorry, only the VIPs have received the email so far. So tomorrow, Monday, the 11th, everyone who's subscribed is going to get this email, but you guys will get little heads up before that. So we have some new add-on activities that are coming. They're going to be available starting on Wednesday at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time that you can add to your schedule. And that is a VIP dinner with Jay Stratton on Wednesday. That's going to become available. And then we have another escorted trip to the perimeter of Skinwalker Ranch with Thomas and Dragon. That one's going to be Thursday morning. And then we have the VIP lunch on Saturday with George Knapp and George Norrie. So we have those 3 add-on activities that are brand new. They're going to be released on Wednesday. They're going to be really fun. They're great. They're going to go quick. So if that's something that interests you, make sure that you set your alarm for like 8:50 and get ready to get on there. And you can just do that through your confirmation email that you had originally. If you don't have that, then you can email vernalphenomecon@gmail.com and we can resend that to you. So those ones are fun. Those are some new ones that we're having. Some that still have some availability is on Friday. We have the sunrise meditation with Melissa Winterton. She does a fabulous job of really bringing you in to the zone, right? You guys have gone to that workshop before.
Absolutely love it. It's one of my favorites. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Like, she's amazing. She's great. And let me see what other ones we have.
Does the Voice of the Believers still have room for that?
Yes, we do have some on the Voices of Believers. That's Friday night at Remember the Main Park. It's gorgeous up there, big cliff face on the one side. Last year we had a lot of people that reported that during the open mic, they were watching UFOs fly up above.
Yep.
And
we were watching a few things.
Were you there last year?
Yeah. We were looking at them. We're like, what is that? Is that a satellite? Or is that something else?
Yes. So that's back. That's on Friday. And then we have a few spots left for the Ancient Alien cast panel on Friday as well. That one's going to be great. That's going to have all 4 of them there. We have the remote viewing workshop on Wednesday with Paul Smith. If any of you guys are interested in learning that skill and to be able to remote view, he's going to teach you how to do that. He's an expert in that. He's been doing it for a long time. He used to be a Army spy and would remote view things for them.
Yeah.
And we have Saturday is the rocket launch with the cast from Skinwalker Ranch.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun. You got to go and watch them shoot the rockets off. And if you have like a little like trinket or your name badge, you can put it inside the rocket and it'll shoot up with it, and then you get it back later. But that's kind of a fun thing.
Nice.
Sweet.
So a lot of our stuff is filled, but we do have those few things that still have some availability that you can get on. And then you're always welcome. Oh, there's one more. The Holster Files panel dinner on Thursday, they have some availability as well. And that's like David Schrader and Cindy Kaza and Shane Pittman. And that one's going to be a really good dinner too. But if there's an activity that you wanted to really go to and it's sold out, you could email us and we can put you on that wait list because things change and sometimes we have openings. So,
Right.
But even if you don't add anything to your schedule, like, and you just come to the conference and the opening and the closing socials, you're going to have a great time. Don't be discouraged that you didn't get any of these activities on your schedule. Like, you're still going to have so much fun. There's so much content that you're going just to be plenty fine. Like, you're going to love it. That's the icing. That's great. But you can make your own experiences too if you don't get onto any of these. But there is room. Voices of Believers is great. Dutch oven dinner, open sky, open mic, tell your stories. The remote viewing, so interesting. I tried that once. I'm no good at it, but other people really could channel it. I was just drawing lines. I couldn't get it, but other people are really great. And then that one with Melissa, the sunrise meditation. That's going to be fantastic too. That's a great way to start your morning.
Completely agree. Roger, were you going to say something?
No, I was just gonna say that yeah, one of the biggest things, if you can do some of your add-on activities, great. Again, that's why I say sign up early and you can get some of these add-on activities for next year. But at the end of the day, if you can just come for the conference, this is where, and I'll speak for myself, but and Jim, if you want to add any comments, just going to the conference and sitting and listening to the speakers, some of the VIP, like if you're going to those are great, those add-on activities. But really the place where you're going to network and meet the most people that share the same interests as you is throughout the conference and going to the different speakers and the different venues within the conference. And I think that's where Jim and I have made the most meaningful connections. And again, it's how we met Johnny and John Nyberger and so many other people within this community. And right, like we met Bridget that first year. And again, just coming to the conference, you will have such a fabulous time. And I can't sing enough praises for Bridget and her team and PhenomeCon. And it's so worth the money for you to come out here and really belong to a community of people that share your experiences and things that you have. And again, we've made lifelong friends. And for that, I am grateful and will be forever. So.
Well said. And Bridget, I don't know if Roger or I ever told you, but last year Roger and I had, well, okay, for me anyway, we had our first genuine paranormal experience at PhenomeCon. One day after we came back from the day's activities, we're settling down, and we had something genuinely freaky and trippy happen to us last year. So
To both of you?
at the same
Yeah.
time, yes, and we it was something we both witnessed, and I crossed that threshold between being just the believer to being an experiencer, and that was yeah. so
Sorry for
so
trying
Yeah,
in so many
more about
praises.
it.
so we're definitely gonna. Roger and I are also huge proponents of the Voice of the Believers open mic and dinner, and I'm sure that either Roger or I will probably relate that experience that we had last year for anybody that attends the open mic and dinner. And I just have to say, the food that they serve there at the open mic and Voice of the Believers dinner is just it's out of this world. It's all done like a old school Dutch oven chuck wagon type barbecue type thing. It is Roger can attest, and John, I think you were there last year. It is just it's one of the best meals I've ever had in the state of Utah. I mean, truly, and I've lived here in Utah for going on 31 years now. So it's yeah, it's well worth the time and money to attend the Voice of Believers open mic and dinner.
And I would like to say, when they say we recommend you bring a jacket, there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
It's cold.
I didn't take one last year, and it was really cold.
La-
You reminded it, right?
Yeah.
last
It
year was
so cold.
yeah. Last year
Hard
was
to
the
take
first
at the
year.
base of a canyon, just so that people that aren't familiar with the area, so like you're going to get some of that canyon winds. It's up a little bit cooler, so yes, definitely bring a jacket.
It was very
It
cold.
cools down quite a bit when that sun goes down.
Yeah, absolutely. Last year was the first time that I coming from upstate New York and having Viking blood in me, I love cold weather, and so I'm usually used to it. But last year was the first year that I regretted not having a blanket or something warmer than the clothes I had on my back at the time, because it was uncomfortably cold last year. So yeah,
There is
folks.
a good fire there and everything that you can kind of sit around for warmth and heat. And yeah, bring a blanket as well. Make sure you've got socks on your feet. That'll help you keep the heat there. And if you have a cap, right, just all the little tips and tricks so you can enjoy the experience.
Yes.
Absolutely. So, Bridget, what we were going to do now, and again, we understand your time is kind of precious to you. you're welcome to stay with us as we're going to start to break down PhenomeCon day by day. So you're welcome to join us for that, or if you do have to take off, whatever your needs are, you're welcome to do. But I thought now we would kind of dive into that. What do you say, Bridget? Do you need to take off now, or do you need to?
I think I'm okay. I'll hang out with you guys for a little longer.
Okay, great. Well, fantastic. Well, Roger, go ahead to that phenomecon.net website and kick us off on. Let's start off on Wednesday. Again, the conference does kick off on Wednesday, September 3rd, and runs until Saturday, September 6th. So, Roger, kind of tell us how the day on Wednesday begins.
Yeah, no, great. So, if for some reason, and this goes for any day, but if for some reason you miss a flight because of weather or something, and let's say you land a little bit later, don't worry, check-in and registration on Wednesday is from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So you don't have to worry. You don't have to be right there at 8 a.m. Everything will be fine. It's open for the day, and every day that you can do that. If for some reason you're delayed, you can register and check in and get ready to go. And that starts at 8 o'clock. So vendors are typically set up and ready to go at 10 a.m. At the conference center, the Uintah Conference Center. And then typically right around, I know in years past, it's right around 9:30 that they actually open the hall for you to get ready to go into. Somewhere around that time, it's starting at 9:45 for 15 minutes. You're going to get a welcome to PhenomeCon. And I think this year's host, Greg Lawson, check him out. He's a paranormal detective, has worked in law enforcement, but also does the paranormal side of things within law enforcement as well. He's a fantastic host, and he will greet us and get us pumped up and ready to go for all the great stuff. So Wednesday is a full day. And how this works is each day you have you in a conference center, the main ballroom, and there are certain speakers that everybody is invited to attend to listen to. And then depending on the time, there could be a speaker in the ballroom, but then there's also split out sessions where you can go to like the Split Mountain 1 and 2, Split Mountain 3 and 4. So they're different conference rooms on different floors that you can go see the speaker that you want. So just to break that down, for an hour and a half, so 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m., right after the welcome, we've got Whitley Strieber talking to us and welcoming us to PhenomeCon, and what a great way to kick this conference off. And that's for everybody. And then after that at 10 o'clock, or sorry, so yeah, Whitney, I guess it's a little bit different this year. Sorry.
Wednesday's a little bit different this year than previous years because we usually would start like later in the afternoon on a Wednesday, like in prior years. This year we have it kind of packed. So we have the 9:45 where we all meet together in the ballroom, and then you can split out into one of those, either stay there in the ballroom and listen to Whitley, or go into one of the other rooms and listen to one of the other speakers. So it's kind of different. Our layout usually is that there's the main room and then afterwards breakouts. But the Wednesday, how it ended up is a little bit different, but it's still going to work. It's still going to be great.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And so, yeah, if you want to stay for Whitley, you just stay in the ballroom. The other times, so 10 a.m. to 11:30, you can split out and see Paul Smith, PhD, Richard Estep, and then there's Melissa Winterton. And there'll be more information there as to actually what room they're in, and people can help you get there. So whatever you want to go see and do, you've got a wide variety there. Then, of course, Jim has talked about this, 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. is lunch break and taking a look at all the vendors.
Tacos.
So, Jim?
Tacos.
tacos, corn dogs. It looks like there's going to be barbecue this year. So the food trucks are great. And yeah,
And
I
we'll
can't.
also have like our vendor pass. So you'll go around and get a stamp from all of the vendors. And then Saturday night, you'll be entered into a drawing just for completing that. So make sure you're getting your vendor pass when you're checked out. Like go see all the vendors, fill that out, return it to us.
Awesome.
Nice, nice. And the vendors have a lot of cool stuff. So even if you
So
don't want to buy something, stop by, ask them questions. They got a lot of stuff to show, and it's a great conversation icebreaker. So after lunch from 1 p.m. to 2:30 p.m., we have Jay Stratton talking to everybody in the UCC ballroom. So really looking forward to that. If you did attend PhenomeCon last year, he spoke. It was a phenomenal talk, and really looking forward this year to having him speak again. Jay, definitely worth sitting down and listening. And Johnny, I know you know Jay very well. Sometimes he
I
if
noticed you have the same last name. Is that's a strange coincidence?
Yeah, I would say maybe more than a coincidence.
the what I wanted to say is the Strattons are great. And I
Thank you.
think
We
we
love this.
talked a little bit about how Jay is a little bit more not talkative, but again, if you do see him, definitely say hello. He's such a great fellow, and say hi to his wife Michelle. Say hi to John or Johnny. The Strattons are great, and really looking forward to catching up with everyone there. From 2:30 to 3, we have just a break so you can go out get more food from the food trucks. And then we have another breakout session. So from 3 to 4:30 in the ballroom, we've got Cliff Barakaman. And then the breakouts are Tony and Sherry Rathman, Dustin Eckelson, and those are our 3 o'clock. And again, I invite you to go to phenomecon.net and take a look at the different speakers just to see what their specialty is and whatnot. And that way you can actually plan ahead of what you want to do each day. After that, at 4:30, we're going to have a quick 15-minute break. At 4:45 to 6:15, David Schrader from the Holzer Files will be back talking to us in the UCC ballroom. And also, you can talk to Cypress Paranormal Research in one of the split off conference rooms, and then Ryan Skinner in one of the other split off conference rooms. And then to kick off the opening day, we're going to have that phenomenal opening reception from 7 to 9 p.m. And then that'll shut down at 9 p.m. And you can go out, check out the town or whatnot. Also, during the opening reception, from 7 to 9 p.m., we have the Alien Perspective, Part 1 and 2, and Q&A with the director, Dean Alito, I think is how you pronounce his last name. So sorry if it's a little bit off. But again, I know in the past, Jim and I have done some of the movie screenings that they've done, and it's phenomenal to go watch and then talk with the director and be able to ask questions. So if you don't want to mix and mingle with people, you're a little shy, definitely check out the Alien Perspective Part 1 and 2 screening and the Q&A there. And that is just the first day of so much fun. And then we're going to jump into Thursday.
Right on. So let's just real quickly, Mr. Nyberg, what are some of the things that stick out to you there from the first day that kind of has you amped up and excited?
Well, as usually happens at PhenomeCon, I have a conflict between two things that I want to really go to.
Right.
So you kind of have to figure out what you want to do. Because I went to Paul Smith's session last year, one of them. It was fantastic. I was thinking I might want to do it again, but it conflicts with Melissa Winterton, who is just amazing. So I might have to go see Melissa Winterton this time. And then, of course, I mean, Jay Stratton. Give me a
Right.
break. That's going to be a can't miss. I'm curious to hear what he's talking about this year. And David Schrader, I just saw on Facebook He broke his ankle a couple days ago or
Oh
yesterday.
no.
Yeah, so I hope he heals quickly. It looked kind of gruesome on the photo that I saw.
No fun.
Yeah.
And Johnny, how about you? What are some of the first day activities that really stand out to you that have you excited?
Well, I'm excited for getting to see Dad on stage. That's probably the biggest thing right there that I think everybody is excited for
Yeah.
is the Stratton, not just me Stratton. Um, but yeah, no, I'm kind of torn too because I'm very interested in Paul because he's awesome, and I'm gonna have to kind of pick between all these other people, and I might have to pick someone else because I haven't seen any of their stuff yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually I'm kind of anxious to see Whitley Strieber's presentation, but I also really would like to attend Paul Smith's presentation because I got to meet him briefly last year. Really enjoyed him. Thought he was a really cool guy, and he's into music as well. So that was kind of cool. But of course, the big draw for me on Wednesday is Jay Stratton. Again, I just cannot say enough how impressive his presentation last year was. And I have a feeling that this year is going to be equally impressive and jaw dropping as far as how good it's going to be. And then, of course, I'm also looking forward to David Schrader's talk. Last year, David Schrader gave one of my favorite presentations I've ever seen at PhenomeCon. It was a very personalized bit of a message and presentation that he gave last year. And anybody that's ever met David Schrader, he's just got such a fun personality, so much charisma. Just love listening to him talk. So I'm looking forward to that. And of course,
Yeah.
the
Raise your
opening.
hand if you weren't expecting to cry on a Wednesday morning at PhenomeCon.
Yeah, that would be me. He had me kind of misty
He
eyed with some of
had
the stuff.
all of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you catch that last year, Bridget?
I was only able to catch parts of it, but I've heard from several people how much it affected them, and it was
Yeah,
really emotional. He does such a great job with all of his presentations, and every year it's something different. And
yeah.
I'm excited to see what he is going to talk about this year.
Most definitely, most definitely, and of course, the opening reception is also something I'm really looking forward to. So let's move on to Thursday now, day number two, and so again, the check-in and registration starts at 8:30, and you can register if you need to if you're a late arrival, clear up to 5 p.m. And then the day officially kicks off at 9, where the vendor row opens up, and you can go in and kind of browse through the offerings that they have. And as Bridget mentioned, you get that little vendor passport signed, and great way to get entered into that giveaway for the final night of PhenomeCon. And then, of course, the day's welcome. Greg Lawson will welcome us all in at 10 o'clock. And then starting at 10:15, we're going to have Dr. Jeff Meldrum will be giving a presentation in the main ballroom. And Dr. Meldrum is one of the world's foremost experts on the thing that we happen to call Bigfoot or Sasquatch. And he's actually based right out here in the West in, I believe, Idaho State University. And his presentations are fantastic. He's always a really good one. So I'm looking forward to his presentation. And then starting at 11:45, from 11:45 to 1, we take a lunch break, tacos once again, or the corn dogs, or maybe even the smoked meats. I might try that on Thursday. But then once the lunch rush is over, from starting at 1 o'clock, there is a Holzer Files panel going on in the main ballroom, and David Schrader will be part of that as well. And then from 2:30 to 3, there will be another break to go out and get a drink and stretch. And coming back at 3 o'clock is when the next main sessions will be. The main ballroom will be taken up by William Henry, who, of course, is a great mythologist and a part of the Ancient Aliens team. Will be giving his presentation in the main ballroom. And in the breakout sessions, we'll have James Keenan will be giving a presentation in the Split Mountain Rooms 1 and 2. And James is another guy who just really knows his history and archaeology really well. Several years ago, Roger and I took a tour of McConkey Ranch with James Keenan as our guide, and one of the best activities I've ever done. for add-on activities at PhenomeCon was taking that tour with James Keenan. So he always puts on a fantastic presentation. Also, at the same time, from 3 to 4:30, will be Shane Pittman giving a presentation in the other split mountain room. And then Jessica Shobut will also be giving a presentation regarding the unexplained files, I think is what her affiliation is with. And then, what's that?
Expedition X.
Expedition X. That's the one I was thinking of. Thank you. And then the closing speaker for Thursday will be Amy Bruni in the main ballroom as well. So all kinds of fun stuff to go on Thursday, and some of the great add-on activities will be Thursday as well, including one of the ones that Roger and I do every year, which is the Skinwalker Ranch VIP behind-the-scenes dinner, which is always a good time. So no shortage of good stuff on Thursday. So Roger, let's start with you. What are you looking forward to on Thursday?
Oh, so many things. So one of the one of the things that I have found really fascinating in the years that we've had Dr. Jeff Meldrum in the past to present. So, whether you are a skeptic on Bigfoot or you are an experiencer or a confirmed believer, what I really like about Dr. Jeff Meldrum's presentations is he takes a very scientific approach to the existence of Bigfoot. And so it's really great I won't spoil anything in case he shares some of the stuff that he's talked about in the past, but he goes really through and just explains really well how Bigfoot could exist. And still, we haven't really found a lot of trace evidence like we find with other animal groups, et cetera. And so very, very good. And I think for me too, one thing that or like the other two things that I'm excited about, I am excited about the Holzer Files panel. That'll be really, really good. Just to see what they have to say and just kind of a follow-up, from last year when we were talking with, sorry, I forgot his name. David Schrader. There we go. So that's really good. And then so since I am really into the paranormal, I have tremendous respect for Amy Bruni and what she does and for how she has progressed that field forward, using a scientific method. She's been on multiple shows, starting with Ghost Hunters, and I'm trying to think of her latest, but Kindred Spirits and things like that. So I'm really excited to hear that. But again, Thursday's just a phenomenal day with a lot of great people there. And I can't wait for it. It'll be a power pack day, and looking forward to the food as well, as always. So.
Fantastic. John Nyberg, what's anything on Thursday stand out to you in particular that you're interested in?
Yeah, a lot of it is stuff that I don't normally focus too much on. So it's going to be Bigfoot and Paranormal Day for me. I think I'm looking forward to, Dr. Jeff Meldrum. I think I really want to see the Holzer Files panel. And then I'm looking forward to Amy Bruni at the end of the night. Should be fun.
Cool. And Johnny, how about you? What anything on Thursday stand out to you?
Well, I'm intrigued to learn more about Dr. Meldrum because his stuff's interesting, but I'm really excited to see our friend William Henry hop up on stage and educate us more about whatever he's talking about this year. Because last year he really changed how I look at biblical text and historical text when it comes to the paranormal.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right
That's
on.
good stuff.
Very cool. So moving on to Friday, again, registration from 8:30 to 5, and the vendor row opens once again at 9 a.m. on Friday. And then after the welcome, beginning at 10:15, taking up the main ballroom there is one of our favorites, Eric Bard, the chief science investigator at Skinwalker Ranch, will be giving his presentation. And every one of Eric's presentations is just like attending a college lecture. In fact, a lot of us insiders call him Professor Bard, and it's his presentation always, always one of the highlights of PhenomeCon. And then we take a break after Eric is done at 11:45 for 15 minutes. And then coming back at 1 o'clock is, man, I don't know where to begin with this guy. Dr. Travis Taylor is going to be giving the main presentation in the main ballroom. And of course, Travis needs no introduction. Not only is he our bandmate in Hitchhiker, but just an all-around awesome guy, and was also one of the science investigators at Skinwalker Ranch, and has been doing a lot of cool things in his life. He's done work with NASA. He was on the UAP task force, among other things, and just one of the smartest people I know, Dr. Travis Taylor. So guarantee you that's going to be one that you're going to want to check out there. After Travis is done, there will be another vendor row and break. Time to get up and stretch and get yourself a drink.
Break time, the 2:30 break on Friday and Saturday, the city of Vernal has sponsored a free trail mix bar. So that's going to be in the north foyer. So you can go get your picture with whoever scheduled at that time, get some little goodies, and then get back in there for the next session. But there is a trail mix bar that's going to be back there. And we're not talking about like granola and seeds. We're talking like candy. It's a candy bar.
Oh, nice.
So
It'd be delicious.
There, get you some treats, and then you can go back and get the next speaker.
On that note, I have to ask. Okay, now I tried something for the very first time last year that blew my mind. Freeze-dried Skittles.
Oh my Lord.
Holy cow, where have they been all my life?
Yes.
Exactly.
Oh,
yes.
Oh my God, they were
Nice.
so good.
Yes. It's so good, right? These ones are, I don't know if you can see them, Skinwalker Sweeties.
Yes.
Nice.
Please tell me there's going to be a vendor that's going to have those this year, because
yes, there is.
Folks, it's like crack cocaine. Once you try one, you will not be able to stop.
They're good.
That is awesome. Alrighty, and so yeah, let's definitely keep on the lookout for that candy bar that we're going to get there on Friday. I'm looking forward to that one. So also coming back at after lunch will be Dr. Maria Mayor will be giving a presentation in the main ballroom. Of course, Dr. Mayor is one of the prominent team members for Expedition Bigfoot, along with Russ Acord. And so Maria will give her presentation, and she is another one whose presentation is well worth taking the time to watch. She's, I gotta admit, folks, she's become kind of one of my heroes. She's like the new Indiana Jones of the Bigfoot hunting realm goes. She's just her story is extraordinary and so inspiring. Just one of the highlights for me. And also going out at the same time from 3 to 4:30 p.m. we'll have a very dear friend of me and Roger, Mr. Caleb Bench, the one of the security guys at Skinwalker Ranch, will be giving a presentation. The first time that Caleb has been giving his own presentation at PhenomeCon, which I'm really looking forward to. And that'll be in Split Mountain Rooms 1 and 2. And at the same time, we'll also get a presentation breakout session with Dean Aliotto, who, of course, is the director of the film that will be showcasing on Monday, right? On Wednesday night during the opening reception, and that'll be in Split Mountains rooms 3 and 4. And then Cindy Kazaa will be doing a breakout session from 3 to 4:30 on Friday in the UCC Paradise Room, which I believe, Bridget, that's the one upstairs, right?
The one upstairs. Yeah.
Yep.
She's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah. Yep. And then once we're done with the 3 to 4:30 sessions, there'll be another 15-minute break from 4:30 to 5, or half-hour break, excuse me. And then from 5 to 6:30 p.m. will be the Ancient Aliens panel discussion featuring Giorgio the Hair Tsoukalos and Dr. Travis Taylor and Nick Pope and William Henry. And they'll be doing that, of course, in the main ballroom. And I guarantee you, that one is going to be one of the highlights of the entire conference. So awesome day on Friday. So Johnny, what are some of the things maybe on Friday that stand out to you, aside from the free candy bar?
The candy bar is exciting. The thing that I'm most looking forward to is our prompt and exactly on time friend, Dr. Travis Taylor, being there precisely at 1 p.m.
Will be.
We'll see if we can manage that this year. No,
But
I'm excited to see everybody. There's not a name on this list that I wouldn't want to sit there and listen to. The only thing that hurts is, as we always have to make hard decisions, we got to decide who we want to listen to and sit in their room when we break out.
that's right. And folks, the reason why we were all chuckling when Johnny was talking about the punctuality of Dr. Taylor is last year, the I guess it was Dragon and Thomas, they kind of held a mini roast of Dr. Taylor waiting for Travis to arrive. And it was some of the most hilarious, side splitting, off the cuff comedy that any of us have seen at PhenomeCon. So, to that end, I hope Travis is held up in traffic again.
I think last year he was stuck behind the gate at the ranch.
Oh, is that what it was?
The gate wouldn't open. At least that's the
Oh,
story I heard.
well, that's a good story. We'll stick with that.
Allegedly happened.
But allegedly.
Allegedly, right? Uh, John Nyberger, what does Friday look like to you? What kind of gets your interest on that one?
Well, all of it. That's the again, the problem on Friday is knowing who to go see. But I mean, I can't miss Eric. Absolutely can't miss, Travis. And I'm really interested to hear what Caleb's talking about. But I mean, that
Yeah,
conflicts with Dean Alioto, I guess.
yeah,
Like I would like to see him too. So I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough. And then the Ancient Aliens, panel is gonna be great.
right. Roger, sort Friday out for us. What's got you excited for Friday?
So pretty much everything on there has got me excited. Very similar to the other thoughts around here. It's tough to do these breakout sessions because you want to be in all of them, and I wish there was a way I could clone myself and have each person sit in and take in that information. But again, I'm excited about Eric. I'm excited about Dr. Travis Taylor, Dr. Maria. Mayor, she is just great. She's fantastic. I would recommend that if you haven't heard her before and this is your first time, you will absolutely love her presentation. She is so warm and down to earth, and she has one of the most fantastic, amazing, interesting backgrounds that I have ever had the privilege of learning. And so, yeah, there's just so many things. And, shout out to my good buddy Caleb Bench and his first time speaking in here. And yeah, and I just wish I could be there. I do have a question for Bridget. I know in the past, there are, you make recordings of the ballroom speakers and different things like that. Is there going to be a DVD or a stream available this year so people can purchase and then go back and watch something that they may not have been able to see?
Yes, that is a great question. So we will have a Blu-ray or a flash drive that's available to purchase. There is a little clause, though there are some speakers that will not be on there. And so those include Dr. Jeff Meldrum, David Pilates, Jay Stratton, and the Ancient Alien panel. They will not be featured on that recording. So if you're like, oh, I'll just go into the breakout and I'll miss that ballroom speaker because I'll get them on the recording, just know that they're not going to be on the recording. Those four are not able to be on the recording. So if that's one of the speakers that you're interested in listening to, please go in there and listen to them at that time. We won't be recording them.
And
Absolutely.
again, yeah, I bought the Blu-ray every year, and it's fun to go back and just watch for the ones that we can see recorded and whatnot.
It's
It
like
is always a
14
great,
hours
yeah,
that you get on that flash drive or the Blu-ray. Like it takes 2 discs. Like it's so big.
yeah.
Hours of
It's me personally, it's worth it. I get it every year, so thumbs
Yep.
up for that because you can go back and watch it. So
I got it last year. It was absolutely worth it. I have a question for Bridget real fast. On that note, do you
Hey,
think there's ever a chance that the breakout sessions might be recorded as well?
Um, um, that's something that we'd have to look at. If we did, it would probably be the Paradise Room that we would record.
Yeah,
It comes down to like manpower, right? And budget wise.
absolutely. That's a lot
So,
more work and technology you have to bring to bear.
yes.
You have to bring more
So it's
gear, more
something that we're
cameras.
looking at. I'm not going to say no for this year. It's not on the table, but it's something that we're looking. We've had other people request that because it's hard to pick when you have such an amazing lineup to choose. Like, how do I pick between these two or three speakers at the same time? Um, yes. So we're looking at options, but for right now, I don't have anything.
Yeah, I was just curious. Didn't mean to put you on the spot.
No, you're okay.
So, yeah, folks, Friday is shaping up to be a fantastic day. One of the days I'm most excited about. And of course, Friday is when one of my favorite add on activities also takes place. And that, of course, is the Voice of the Believers open mic and dinner, which takes place at Remember the Main State Park, just a short drive away from downtown Vernal. And that's one of the things that for me will probably remain my highlight for Friday because I'm still it's like all year long I keep dreaming about the food, especially the cobbler. They have like 6 or 7 different kinds of homemade cobbler and homemade vanilla bean ice cream. Oh gosh,
And the
yeah,
root beer.
and the root beer, yes. Oh, how could I forget the
So
root beer?
Yes.
So Friday is going to be an awesome day, folks. Which then brings us, of course, to the conclusion of PhenomeCon on Saturday, September 6th. Once again, registration from 8:30 to 5, and the vendor row opens at 10 a.m. And then from 10 a.m. there's the welcome, of course, by Greg Lawson, and the first speaker on Saturday, starting at 10:15, from 10:15 to 11:45, is Mr. Missing 411 himself, David Politis, is going to be giving the presentation in the main ballroom, and his presentations are always fantastic as well. It's one that I'm really looking forward to on Saturday morning. And then after Dave finishes his presentation is when they do the lunch break, and that'll be from 11:45 to 1. And then after that, starting at 1 o'clock to take us from 1 to 2:30, is when we have the one of the other big highlights of the conference, the Skinwalker Ranch panel, which of course will feature Thomas Winterton, Eric Bard, Travis Taylor, Bryant Dragon Arnold, and Caleb Bench. And in previous years, they've also had Jay Stratton sit on the panel with them. And who knows, maybe this year they might have some of the other new folks joining, such as Chris Roberts, the archaeologist they now have helping them, and maybe Pete Kelsey, who knows. But the Skinwalker Ranch panel is always one of my absolute favorite events of the entire conference. And after the Skinwalker Ranch panel, and of course that'll be happening in the main ballroom there. But from 2:30 to 3, there will be another break, and then starting at 3, from 3 to 4:30 in the main ballroom is another one I'm excited for. Jack Osborne will be giving his presentation in the main ballroom from 3 to 4:30. Also going on in breakout sessions at that time will be Nick Pope, and that'll be in the UCC Paradise Room. Nick is another guy that does a great presentation. And then from 4:30 to 5, there will be a brief break there for a half hour. And we come back and reconvene at 5 o'clock from 5 to 6:30 in the main ballroom. George Knapp and George Norrie, the two Georges, the Coast to Coast AM guys are going to tag team us and I'm sure give us one heck of a good presentation. And then once they wrap up, there's going to be an hour-long break while the band is getting set up and doing their sound check, hopefully, during that time. And then at 7:30, the doors to the ballroom will open back up for the closing reception and costume party, and that'll be in the main ballroom, of course. And there will be a DJ for spinning some dance music to people to get down to. And then at 9, from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock, the conference will be closed out by the live band Hitchhiker, which some of you may have heard of. And that, of course, is a band that features none other than Dr. Travis Taylor from Skinwalker Ranch and Ancient Aliens. Some guy named Jay Stratton, which we keep hearing his name quite a bit at this conference, and I'm not sure why. And then Micah Hanks, of course, the editor-in-chief of The Debrief, and his brother Caleb, who is just one of my favorite people in the world, and Mr. John Nyberger, the gentleman we have right here, as I said, the greatest bass player to ever grace the stage at PhenomeCon. And then there's that other guy that wears the black Stetson cowboy hat. His name escapes me, but he'll be there too for Hitchhiker. So, and then of course that'll wrap up PhenomeCon 2025, and I'm sure at some point during that Saturday, maybe we'll get information as to when PhenomeCon 2026 might be. So stick around for that information. So, John Stratton, tell us about Saturday. What are some of the things that have piqued your interest for Saturday?
Almost everything on the list. Saturday is going to be a tough day. It's going to be an exhausting day.
Yes.
Because every single one of these speakers, I think all of them, for the most part, except George Norrie, are all people that I'm familiar with, that I know. And Jack Osborne is the one new person on the list who I am just exceptionally excited to be able to meet and hear speak.
Mm-hmm.
But Nick he and I became great friends last year, so I'm going to be sad to miss his talk while I listen to Jack Osborne.
Yep.
And then that little band, I don't know what it's called. What was it called again?
Hitchhiker.
Oh, Trailer Hitch. Trailer Hitch. Okay.
Yeah.
Trailer Hitch is coming
Trailer
on.
Hitch.
That's right.
Hitchhacker.
Yeah, and we got to get Cowboy Frog to sing a song about that now. We got to get Caleb up there.
Yes, indeed. John Nyberger, what's Saturday looking like for you?
If it's anything like last year, I probably will be able to get one event in. Of course, it'll be this Skinwalker Ranch panel, and maybe we'll be able to squeeze in, the Jack Osborne session. But after that, I'm sure I'll be in the back room tuning Travis's guitars and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's
getting ready for the show.
That's the way it was last year, because that's Saturday, of course, is when we load most of our gear in at the conference center, and we spent the bulk of last year on Saturday tuning instruments backstage and just kind of strategizing, doing some last minute strategizing for the performance. But yeah, Saturday is going to be the busy day where I'm going to have to make sure I'm loading up on caffeine and those freeze dried Skittles because I'm going to need something to keep me going. Yeah. Okay,
and Bridget, you'll be happy to hear how many times we have reiterated to Travis, we must be done by 11.
All bets are probably off though when you guys start.
We're going to make him hold to it. If he wants to go longer, we'll be dragging him off stage for you.
Thank you. It was so much fun though, seeing you guys all play last year. I think everyone loved that experience, to be able to close with the live music and to be able to just be part of that. We're excited that you guys are coming back for that again this year. And like you said, you're tuning the equipment during the day, because we really only have an hour to flip that ballroom. Yep. That's not a lot of time to get all those chairs and tables out. Yeah. And then be ready for 7:30. Yeah. Even though the band doesn't go on until 9, we're ready to party at 7:30. And so it's a tight turnaround. So we appreciate you guys, band members, getting that all ready behind the scenes, so that when the time comes, it's just seamless and the party continues.
Right. That's the goal.
Yep.
No promises.
No promises, but that's what our goal is, to start promptly at 7 and finish promptly at 11 as well. So we're in fact we just had a Zoom meeting just a few hours before we started doing this one. So we're all doing everything. We've organized a set that we're confident can get us finished right at 11, if not maybe a minute or two before. So we think we're we're getting it down to a science, hopefully, these days.
I love that. We're so excited. You guys played great last year. It was such a fun environment. I think people are going to love it this year.
Well, thank you. We've got a whole bunch of new songs we're doing this year, including at least one brand new original that nobody has heard that we're really excited for. It really showcases Travis's singing, and just everybody in the band is contributing to it, and it's going to knock people's socks off. We're fingers crossed we might have something to make available for people to get their hands on by the time PhenomeCon rolls around. But don't hold me to that. We're hoping to do that, but who knows? But I can tell you, if you're at PhenomeCon 2025, you are going to hear this brand new song by Hitchhiker, and it's going to sock you right between the eyes. It's really good.
I cannot wait. I think it's going to be fantastic. People are going to love it.
Right on. So let's just real quickly go around the room, and we'll kind of tie up everything here. So Roger, we'll start with you. This is your essentially your 5th year attending PhenomeCon. Thinking back about all the previous PhenomeCons, name me maybe 1 or 2 things that has been really the most memorable thing, and then kind of summarize what PhenomeCon means for you, and what 1 or 2 things are you most excited for PhenomeCon 2025?
Yeah, so again, like I mentioned before, I'm really, really excited about PhenomeCon. And in the past, one of the top, I would say, 2 things that really, really tie PhenomeCon together for me year after year. The first thing is the Voice of the Believers open mic and dinner. Not only is the food fantastic, but you have like-minded people sharing personal experiences that they've had to a forum of people that have had similar experiences. And if you've ever been in a place where you're like, I just don't feel comfortable sharing something like that, know that this is something you can come to and share that experience and get to know people that have had a similar experience to you. And there's no judgment there. People are open and caring and kind, and it's one of the things I look forward to every year. Listening to those stories and sharing my own experiences and letting people know that whatever they've experienced, that we believe them, and that they have a support group. And it's honestly one of my biggest highlights. And then second to that is just, I love all the speakers, and I could go on about why each speaker I love, but I think even more than that is through the speakers on the different topics, it's meeting and networking people with people to understand, that really truly have the same mindset as we all do, and that are fascinated by these various topics. And it's great that you can hold just a great conversation with somebody. And again, like, I've met all of you with the exception of Jim, who I met many, many years ago. But Johnny, John, Bridget, if it wasn't for PhenomeCon, I would not have had the opportunity to know each of you and really learn from all of you. And that's what I'm looking forward to this year, is those networking connections, but also coming back, it's just like coming home and being with family. So again, looking forward to the Voice of the Believers mic. Looking forward to the hitchhiker music and all that goes into that. And honestly, I wish I could sit in every single session that has a speaker. It's just unfortunate that due to time and restraints and constraints and things like that you kind of have to pick and choose. But it also it allows you to control your schedule and really find what you want to connect with. And so I'll leave it there, that I am super, super excited. And again, I know that this PhenomeCon in 2025 is going to be the absolute best that it's ever been. And I can't wait to get there. These next 3 weeks are going to be kind of long. So, but with that, I hope to see you all there and rekindle those friendships and say hello in person.
Right on. Thanks so much, Roger. Johnny, how about you? yet last year was your first time attending PhenomeCon, and was the first time Roger and I and John got a chance to meet you in person, and quickly became one of our favorite people. So just tell us what were maybe one of your favorite takeaways from last year, and what is it about returning to PhenomeCon 2025 that has you excited, and maybe one or two things that is really high on your radar for PhenomeCon 2025.
Yeah. No, 2024 was such a great year. Not only getting to meet all you, which you're too kind to call me a favorite person. That is too kind. It's hard for me. Uh, but I think my experience probably is different than most people's, just given my more insider access, the closeness that I got to all of the different panel, the personalities I got to do. My literal favorite moments of PhenomeCon were I had coffee every single day with Nick Pope, and we talked about the most obscure things. The one conversation that it wasn't heated, but it almost felt that way, is we talked about 18th century military logistics for like an hour. So like that, things like that, the networking, the friendships that you get to build at PhenomeCon, the just personabilities of everybody. I'm so excited. And all the new names, the new folks, everybody that's now finding out about PhenomeCon and coming in to visit. I'm just so excited to get to meet everybody there and make new friendships, keep the networking going. And of course, see my family, my extended family with you guys, Jim, and hopefully I get a chance to see your lovely family as well.
Mhm.
Roger, can't wait to see you. John, I've seen you too many times compared to everybody else, but I still can't wait to see you.
I
I really
know.
can't.
Yep.
And
Right
then
on.
Bridget, excited to see you as well. You're always so kind to us, and we really appreciate everything that you do for us.
We're excited to see you. You're always great. You and your mom and dad. We love having you guys here in Vernal.
Right on.
I
Mr.
love it there. It's
Nyberger.
beautiful.
Mr. Nyberger, you've this is going to be what, your third or your
Third,
fourth? Yeah,
third, third year. Yep.
your third PhenomeCon.
Yeah.
So, looking back on the last couple of PhenomeCons you've attended, what is maybe one or two things that's really kind of reinforced your passion for attending PhenomeCon, and what are maybe one or two things that you're excited for in PhenomeCon 2025?
Well, I think, gosh, there's been too many great moments. I think the insider meet and greet, which is now the or not meet and greet, but
The
what you
family reunion.
Family
it's a
reunion.
family reunion now, and that's totally true. That it really is like you're meeting friends, but they're starting to feel like family, and you guys are family.
Right.
I think the Skinwalker Ranch stuff has always been really interesting. But the moments you remember is stuff like David Schrader's talk last year.
Mhm.
That just came out of nowhere. No, I don't think anybody was expecting something like that, you know, because he wasn't talking about the sorts of things you would expect someone to talk about at PhenomeCon,
Right.
but it was so impactful. Or my first year, Melissa Winterton's session, not the morning meditation, but her session,
Right.
upstairs
Mhm.
was it was amazing. Jim, I think you were at that one.
I was. Yep,
When
I
you and
sure
I,
was.
well, we had met the night before, but then we kind of met again
Yeah,
at
yeah.
Melissa's session. Yeah.
Yep.
So stuff like that is just, I mean, I loved it so much that the first thing I did the day after I got home from PhenomeCon the first year was book
Mhm.
my hotel for the next year. And the first thing I did last year after getting home was book my hotel for this year, just in case,
I did
Um,
the same thing, John. I did the
yeah,
same thing.
you never know, right? I mean, there's probably room, but I just want to make sure I get my spot. Um, but yeah, PhenomeCon's it's just something really special. It really is.
Yeah.
And I'll echo what everyone else said, Bridget. We really appreciate all of the work you and your staff do. You just do such an amazing job putting this together and just keeping things, organized. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you. There's lots of moving parts. I have a great team. I just excited for you guys all to be here. I know one of my favorite things is like seeing people come and they're genuinely so happy to be there.
Mhm.
They've found their people. It's like a judgment free spot that they can just like be themselves. And I
Mhm.
love that even if they come by themselves, by the end of the conference, that they have found someone They have found new friends. They have met new connections. And I just love how that brings people together. It's so fun to see that and see people that have returned year after year because of that experience that they've had. And they're just so happy. How can you not be
Yeah.
happy, like talking
Right.
ghosts and Bigfoot?
Right.
Well, I came last year. The first time I was there, I came there by myself and I didn't really know anyone. And within the first day, I had met people who are now going to be lifelong friends.
Mhm.
You know,
That's
like the
incredible.
first day, it's yeah. Well, hell, family at this point.
Yeah.
So it's special. It really is.
Yeah. So Bridget, let me turn that spotlight on you now. With looking back on these last 5 years, what have been maybe some of your highlight moments for you personally, and what are some of the things that for 2025 you're most excited for this upcoming new year of PhenomeCon?
Wow. Well, like I said, I love like the excitement. The excitement that people bring is so contagious. Like you can't but want to share in on that, you know?
Mhm.
So that's always been something from day one, like that's just increased, right? As our numbers have increased, so
Mhm.
has the excitement that we just are so ready for people to come, that we want them to experience this. And it's exciting to see like the names that we have coming this year. I think it's going to be fun to see what they have to say. That we have Jack Osborne coming, we have Giorgio, Cindy Kaza. Like these are big names that are coming to little old Vernal, and we're excited to show them that we have a world class conference center. It's not um, for being a small town, we have a really nice facility that you
Mhm.
get to experience and have this conference center or conference in. And we really just try to put out the red carpet for all of you. All of you that are attending are our guests, and we love that you're here in our community. And it's just exciting. Um, so like that's always my favorite is like to see people's excitement, to hear their stories, to be able to be part of that for them. And I'm excited to see how it goes this year, to see and learn from other people and how they experience the conference.
Absolutely. Well, I guess I'll wrap up offering my 2 cents on it. So for me, with this heading into my fifth year, looking back on the previous 4 years, um, the number one thing that stands out to me is kind of what John Nyberger was saying a moment ago, which is the connections that I've made with people from all over the country. When Roger and I attended our first PhenomeCon, if you had told me that within a year or two's time, Roger and I would not only know the guys from Skinwalker Ranch personally and become friends with them, but that I'd be playing in a band with Travis Taylor and with Jay Stratton. I just simply would not have believed it. And but it all is just kind of testament to the fact that the environment that you, Bridget, and Quinn and Leisha and all the great people that you have working on that committee with you that makes Phenomicon happen, you have created an environment that is really unlike any other live experience that I've ever attended, regardless of the nature of the conference. It brings together a community that are automatically have some kind of common interest in strange and bizarre things, I guess we could say. But the people are what the number one thing is for me, is the friendships that I've made. Like John has said, people that will be friends of mine for the rest of my life. Uh, you know, being connected to Johnny and his family, his mom and dad, who I just absolutely think the world of, and like I consider them my second family, the Strattons, including their dogs, might I add.
Yes, I
And
love the dog.
and and
Yeah, we went 2 hours without mentioning the dogs. This is pretty good for us.
so it's the people is probably my favorite thing, but also again to echo what Roger was saying, the voice of the believers open mic and dinner. Now, all of the add-on effects, or add-on activities rather, are really amazing and well worth the time and money and the investment. But my favorite add-on activity is hands down the Voice of the Believers open mic and dinner. Because not only is the setting of where they hold it just absolutely gorgeous, it's in this beautiful, picturesque canyon, just a short ways down the road from McConkey Ranch, as a matter of fact. And so it's a beautiful natural setting. And then the food, folks, I cannot, trust me, I know good food when I have good food. And the food at this open mic and dinner is it's amazing. It's truly one of my favorite things to look forward to. And then the opportunity that Roger was talking about, where it's a safe space where people can come together. And if all you want to do is just listen to the stories and experiences that people have had, that's all you have to do. But if you're like me or Roger and you've had strange and weird stuff happen to you, a lot of times it's good for the soul to just talk about some of the strange occurrences that we've seen or experienced. And you will not find a better opportunity than right there at that open mic and dinner. And if anything, that one event, if I had to sum up in one event what really perfectly frames what PhenomeCon is all about, it's the Voice of the Believers open mic and dinner, because it's the true spirit of what brings us all together, which is the experience, the quote unquote experience. So that's always been one of my favorites. And what I'm looking forward to this year is the same thing. It's the people, because I guarantee you, John and Johnny, when I see you, you're not going to get away without a big man hug from Jimm. Looking forward to seeing you guys.
It is a Jimm-sized hug, sir.
It is a Jimm-sized hug, and those that have never seen me, I'm about the same size as Caleb Bench, but he's a lot more buff and cut than I am. But yeah, so looking forward to seeing everybody and all of my fellow Skinwalker Ranch insiders that are coming, and of course, getting the opportunity to meet, to say hello to Nick Pope and some of the other people that became my favorite folks last year. Paul Smith is one I'm looking forward to seeing, and hope to talk with him for a bit about a couple things. And there's just no shortage of cool things to see and do at this year's PhenomeCon. And again, folks, there's you heard Bridget say it earlier, there's only about 50 tickets left before this event is completely sold out. www.phenomecon.net is the address where you can go to find out more about it. PhenomeCon also maintains a fantastic Facebook page. Just look for them at PhenomeCon there on Facebook. And I don't know if you have Instagram or X as far as social media goes for PhenomeCon, Bridget, but definitely recommend following them on Facebook and anywhere else if they have a social media presence. And honestly, folks, Roger, Johnny, and John, and myself are looking forward to seeing all of you that have already got your tickets. And if you see us, just look for the big ugly guy with the black Stetson. I'm pretty, I stick out in the crowd quite a bit. So just don't hesitate to come and say hello to us. And if you are attending PhenomeCon, you will not find a better advocate or a better host than Bridget Lake and her amazing staff that work with her to make PhenomeCon happen. It is, again, I'm sounding like a broken record, as I usually do. Imagine what I'd be like on these freeze-dried Skittles, folks. It's even worse after I've had those Skittles. But no, it's truly one of the best experiences of any conference I've ever attended. It is hands down my favorite conference that I've ever attended. And of course, getting to perform for everybody again in Hitchhiker. Really looking forward to that, and being on stage with my brothers in the band, and looking forward to that as well. So, closing thoughts or remarks? Anyone? Bueller?
We'll see you at PhenomeCon, right? September
Right.
3rd through the 6th, Vernal, Utah.
Right on. And folks, I'll put that ticket link for PhenomeCon down in the video description. And if you like the content of what you saw here, hit the thumbs up, because we like getting likes. And if you're coming to PhenomeCon, tell us in the comments and tell us what you're excited about seeing and experiencing at PhenomeCon this year. And if you're still on the fence waiting, trust me, you will thank us later. Go ahead and pull that trigger and get those tickets today. don't delay, because you'll find yourself on the outside looking in, and we don't want to see that happen to anybody. So with that, folks, thanks for tuning in. Thank you to Roger. Thank you to John. Thank you to Johnny Stratton. And of course, a massive thank you to Bridget. We sure do love and appreciate all the work that you and your team do. And we cannot wait to see you guys in Vernal in 3 weeks. All righty. And with that, folks, we will see you next time here on the Sol of the Unexplained. See ya.